An Etsy 2K mastermind behind the scenes. Hey everybody, my name is Marcella Dominguez. I'm an online business lawyer helping you with Etsy, with Amazon, and with your online and offline e-commerce store. If you want to know what an Etsy mastermind looks like, you're in the right place.
So turn up your volume and listen to these very important points.
I want to make sure that you are set up to succeed when you go onto these platforms. It's really important to understand the legalities because you can get kicked off without notice and you're going to be left high and dry. It's going to make you very upset. It's going to make you very disappointed, very sad, and frustrated. You're going to be left wondering, what in the world do I do with my business now? So I have set up this mastermind so that you can get a behind the scenes look of what it actually means to be a part of a group of people who are in the same situation as you, wanting to grow a successful business on Etsy without
Losing, yes, I said losing,
all the time and money in the world that they've already put into it. What sorts of things are we going to cover? Number one, optimization. If you're not sure how to get people to look at your products, to view your products, to then buy your products, then we are going to cover that in this mastermind. There's nothing more important than making sure that you have the correct titles and the correct description in order for your listing to show up when people are searching for your item. SEO optimization is really obvious and easy for some people, but for other people who are just starting out, it can be really daunting because you think you're doing everything right. You think you're doing the obvious, which is stating exactly what you're selling, but then crickets. Nobody buys from you. Your listings aren't showing up when you search for them. It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and you still haven't made any money. So what are you supposed to do in that situation? You're supposed to consult with somebody to make sure that your listings are properly optimized. That's why this Etsy mastermind is going to be so important to those of you who are just starting out or who are in an intermediate position. Number two, you want to make sure that you understand Etsy's terms and conditions. You want to make sure that you understand Etsy's terms and conditions. But what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and are you going to read their website and their legal pages all day, every day until you understand every single word? No, you need somebody who's going to be able to condense that information so that you have takeaway points. You know what to do, you know what not to do, you know what's acceptable, what's unacceptable, what is likely to get your Etsy account suspended, what is not likely to get your Etsy account suspended because it's okay to do it. And so I want to make sure that you know those things because once your Etsy account is suspended, it is so difficult. It's an uphill battle to try to get it back. I cover that in this video right here. If you want to know about Etsy account suspensions, make sure that you listen to the stories that I tell in that video because it is not a position you want to find yourself in. But more importantly, I want you to be able to ask any of your most burning questions. I know that it's easy to say, okay, I'm going to go into the Etsy platform. How difficult can this be? I'm going to navigate it on my own. Well, anytime you navigate something on your own, it is inevitable that you are going to have questions, whether it's about the product that you're selling, whether what to do in the event that somebody else is selling that product, what to do with your product title, your product description, what to do with your tags. Are you doing it properly? What should you price your item at? And then once the product is listed, you might have questions about, is anybody even looking at my listings? How come I'm not selling any listings? Why am I only selling 5 listings? How can I sell more than my neighbor? Maybe you're in a situation where your account is close to getting suspended. Maybe you received a warning letter from Etsy and you want to do everything possible to keep your Etsy account. Then this mastermind would also be for you. Masterminding with other people means that other sellers have been in your situation and they are also looking to achieve the same end goal as you. They are looking to be successful on the Etsy platform. And how do you do that? Well, you learn from somebody who has been there, who has done that, and who is also listening to stories of other sellers who have gotten suspended. That would be me. I have heard many stories of Etsy suspensions, and I have also learned the ins and outs of successful appeals and unsuccessful appeals. But I want you to avoid all of that. I want you to avoid the heartache and the pain of going through an appeal and through maybe not getting your account back. So I want you to avoid all that and make sure that you're doing everything right from the beginning. That means understanding the bullet points of what's acceptable, what's unacceptable. I want you to learn how to optimize your listings, how to find winning products. I used to be an Etsy seller myself. I stopped selling on Etsy because I am focusing strictly on my legal career. And also because, like I've said in other videos like that one, contending with Etsy can be an uphill battle. I don't want you to find yourself in that situation because I know that lots of you have all of your eggs in Etsy's basket. So if we could put together a mastermind where all of us come together and then potentially talk about the things that haven't worked for others but should work for you, then make sure to join us. In that video, I also go into more detail about Etsy accounts and Etsy suspensions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you definitely need to watch that video. It's a great follow-up to this video. Etsy suspensions are what will kill your business, kill your profits, kill your motivation. But I don't want that to be you. There's always alternate paths, and we cover that in the mastermind too. What happens if all of this goes to and you need to find an alternate avenue for making profits? Well, do you just give up entirely? Should you move your business elsewhere? What are those other platforms where you should move your business? How do you start? How do you get your first 10 customers? Catch that video right there. But there are so many questions that come up when you're starting over. So make sure to join us in this mastermind because I want you to ask all of those questions that you need answered. If this video was helpful, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video because I know it's going to be helpful for you. It's right here. Just click on the link up there. And also tell me in the comments below, what is it that bothers you the most about Etsy so far? What has been the most challenging aspect of either starting an Etsy account or following through with having an Etsy account and maintaining it? I look forward to seeing your answers down below.